Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Three Crones in the Woo Woo. I am Woo Woo Word Witch number 1. My name is Gayle Nicholson with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. To my side, we have our Crystal Witch, Krista Ducharme, with Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook. And of course, as always, supporting us from below, we have Damaris Samolinski, our Stargazer Witch. I almost lost that for a second. Stargazer Witch with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinski. Hello, ladies. It's so good to see you. The woo-woo is on our side today. As soon as our front titles finished up, the landscape crew drove away. So,
wow.
Yes! I was so worried. I'm like, oh my God, right now is when you're going to do spring cleanup. So I am so happy to be here with you two ladies. Spring is springing all over the world.
Yes,
oh my goodness. How's the weather where you're at?
Here it's cold. Yesterday was beautiful. Today it's like rainy and cold. So I was going to put all the jackets away yesterday. And then I'm like, well, I don't think I should yet. Like the heavier jackets.
Yep.
So,
yeah. I think we're getting into that time of the year where Damaris gets the weather the day after I get the weather.
Really?
Yeah, because we had 2 days ago, we had beautiful 77 degrees, gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. And then the next day it was clammy and dreary and all of that.
That's it today.
Yeah. So we had gorgeous yesterday. Today, even though it's the sun is out, it's a teaser. It really hasn't been out. And I had to wear my winter coat on top of my nice, beautiful hoodie sweatshirt today. It's a little chilly. However, when I was out walking briskly around Aachen, we went to Aachen, Germany today. And when I was walking around briskly, I did warm up that way. But
that helps a lot, doesn't it?
It does. It was chilly though. But however, tomorrow it's going to be warm again. And
bipolar weather.
Right? Yeah, and we're all going on I think by the time we're done, it'll be almost like a 78-kilometer bike ride tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
In one day?
In one day.
Oh my God.
The joy of having e-bikes, which are
okay. I'm like, what?
Okay.
I've done 20 miles on a 10-speed and had to soak in a tub the next day.
Oh yeah, no. Oh no, are you kidding? I couldn't do that. But yeah, no, an e-bike is a pedal assist bike. We don't have one so you have to pedal in order to make it work. However, the really cool thing about it is that like when you're going uphill, you can take it from what we call economy. So it's like just we're using the battery on a reserve level. You can crank that sucker up and go turbo.
Nice. Nice.
And it's so funny because the actual places that we're going have probably all the hills that we have here in the Netherlands. All of them.
Wow.
All of them. Uphill both ways.
Yeah. Both ways, uphill both ways. And there's going to be 10 feet of snow.
So
sorry, no, I have to, and we'll be riding barefoot, right? Did I cover all the facets there?
I think so.
Wait, you remember I don't know if your grandparents, my grandfather was quite the storyteller and he was always walking uphill in snow, barefoot, both ways.
Nice. Yeah. I heard that so many times growing up. So many times. So for everybody who's joined us, hello, everybody. It's so good to see you. We got Sue and Tracy so far. Hi. Oh my God, Sue, you've got tornadoes?
That isn't
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no good. That's no good. Put the red shoes in the closet. We're all good.
Yeah. No tapping, no clicking those heels together.
Right. And
Yes.
Sue, I am so very sorry that you're not going to be able
Yes,
to
I saw that.
head over to the Netherlands right now.
Mm-mm.
And best healing wishes to the
Yes.
hubby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for Krista's
Mhm.
list. Gotcha. Tornadoes. Awesome stuff. So I want to invite everybody, depending on where you're watching. We love you watching on Facebook, but we also love you watching on our new Three Crones in the Woo YouTube channel. Wow. Look at that.
Tongue
We
twister.
had-
Say that one
twister
3
today.
times fast. Three Crones in the Woo YouTube channel.
Woo,
Yeah, I
baby.
can't even get through one. So yeah, come over there, subscribe, share it with your friends. We love to have you. This broadcast will also get posted up to my YouTube channel afterwards, but right now we are live on Three Crones in the Woo Woo on YouTube. So we'd love to have you over there as well. Tracy's got her sparkly shoes on today. And then of course, also, I want to make sure that you all know that you are cordially invited to join our Coven of Joy. We've got Sue in there already. We've got
Allison.
Baker in there already.
Yeah.
And we would absolutely love to have you in there too, because you get special perks as part of the Coven of Joy.
Yes, you do. And we're getting and ladies, we really have to get serious of doing that and organizing our times a bit more. Sorry, folks. Right now I'm in full blown have a visitor here in the Netherlands. Although I should be letting you guys come. There's an app I need to download, and I need to download it, and then the Patreon viewers, those who are part of our Coven of Joy, you guys can come on some fun adventures with us, because yes, I actually found, I have to share, I have been finding crystal shops here because I've been going out and about.
Mhm.
And I have been finding crystal shops that I need to start sharing with you guys, whether you're present or not, because they have the usual crystals, right? However, there are some really cool ones that I have never seen before that I need to start sharing with you guys, because it is awesome sauce.
We are so happy you're here, James McNeil. I'm so glad you're here to listen live. And you should be part of our Coven of Joy too, because I know that there are some crystal stores out there that have crystals with your name on it. So,
I am sure that they have crystals. I have a crystal for everything. So if you have a crystal dilemma, or you have something that's bothering you, come to me. I will give you a crystal for that, and possibly an essential oil to help along the way.
Ooh,
yeah,
I like that too.
I love combining energy.
Yeah.
And I think that Kevin downstairs, and if it is true, those of you who are on the Patreon, I think Kevin is unpacking right now my crystal bowls. I just got crystal singing bowls. And I will have to be practicing my singing bowl meditations. And guess who's going to get to listen?
Kevin.
Well, of course, Kevin. But those who are on Patreon, because I'm going to play it for you.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
All righty. It is. It's kind of good. It's really exciting.
It cleans the space too, the sound.
Oh, it really does. Yeah. And it works. So some people think that you have to be just present in the space to have that happen. And that's not true. You don't. You can actually, so like if I'm playing the singing bowls and you're listening in, I'll go through the same thing and I'll talk to you guys about, the same way. It's like, deep cleansing breaths. You can lay down, you can say seated up, and I'll talk you through it. And you're going to get that same vibration. And in some ways, there are some people who get more out of being in a separate space from when the singing bowls are being played than if they were in that physical space, because they're able to really just be just be able to let go and have no preconceived notions. It's kind of like doing distant healing, distant Reiki. I know that Damaris understands. I like doing distance healing sessions with people, because then their shit doesn't get in the way.
Right.
Yes, true.
It is. It's really true.
When I first had my accident, a friend was doing some biofeedback from New Zealand. And because, she's on the other side of the world, when she was working on me, I was asleep. And oh my gosh, the impact that had on me, because I didn't have any consciousness in the way of receiving that biofeedback. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is. It's really awesome. I love it.
That is.
Yes. So Tracy, you know how to be in that space. Get your passport, get a plane ticket, and get your butt over here.
There you go. And welcome to Rooted from Nature.
Hi, Rooted from Nature.
Yes, Tira.
Yay. So glad you joined us. Thanks for joining us today. Make sure to share out and send out to everyone. And I love that you're watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of spring stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
Eclipse season is coming in, correct?
Yep.
Friday.
And oh God.
And we're shadow Mercury retrograde has started.
It has.
I know.
I'll touch a little bit about everything, but I can only do a little bit because they'll take up the whole show. But I'll touch a little bit on it, and then tomorrow I'll post more about it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, before we give you the floor, I just want to remind everybody that we still have a few packages of stickers left. Correct, Krista? I haven't heard of any other sales. So I'm sorry. I just love that little tune.
It is. So next month I have pins coming in.
Oh, yay. I
got in on a deal and I ordered some pins. They're just simple, but there are I'm like, this is number one.
Nice.
Yes.
I love it.
So I have pins coming in now as well.
Now, tell us a little bit about them. Are they like plastic over, like metal buttons, or are they more like cloisonné, like you trade at Disney World?
That's a really good question. I love that question.
I can't wait to see.
I bet you she doesn't have the answer.
I love that question. I think I know what they are. So it is a metal type pin. So like a hat pin. I think it could actually be plastic, but like that. And it is going to have so it's like the circle, not the circle holographic one, but it's like that. And it has like a bubble over, a clear bubble over it.
Yeah.
Is what I'm visualizing.
Okay.
And it's like 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Like it's a substantial size.
Yeah. Awesome.
And so we'll see. We'll see what they're like when we get in. Like I said, this is the first. I slid in.
I am positive they are going to be gorgeous.
Everything.
Because if they weren't, you wouldn't be doing it.
No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. So and I already.
Krista don't do ugly.
I don't do. No, I just really don't. I'm really, really. Wow, they're breaking up shop downstairs. I'll tell you. Oh.
Alrighty then.
All right. So is Damaris up now?
Yep, we are ready for Miss Damaris.
Excellent.
I need to give you theme music.
Oh yes, that would be nice.
Dun, 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 dun. Go ahead.
Yes, I would like that. Or drums.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to touch a little bit about so much that's going on, but we have Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Neptune and Pisces, and they're lining up exactly. It's like perfect alignment, which means that the veils are so thin right now. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're opening up psychically. People may not realize it. Dimensions, we're literally going from one dimension to another without us realizing it. We really are. So it's a really good alignment. I love it. It's like perfect timing. And a lot of things that almost like we're going to get downloads and visions and in our dreams and our waking hour. So it's all very spiritual, that alignment. So I absolutely love it. We have Mercury that started its retrograding transit. So you guys know how that goes. You know, we have to be careful with communication, travel, just technology overall. So, but it's a really good time for reflection, for looking back and seeing how far we have come, what we have overcome. So it's a really good time for that, or even business, reflecting on how to move forward after the retrograde is over with the business. So it's a good thing, right? When we really go inward and have that reflection and almost like any energy that we have stored up, utilize it after the retrograde to move forward quickly. We also have Pluto going into retrograde for 5 months. Yikes, in Capricorn. Now Capricorn rules governments. It rules
Sorry. Go ahead.
so
5 months. You said 5 months?
5.
Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn for 5
And
months.
when does that happen? Is it now in April?
It's happening now. It's already in retrograde.
Okay, so April.
5 months. So governments, like we're going to be reviewing not just the United States, all world governments and how they have, how they have been ruling, I guess, each country. And so that's going to go up for review with that planetary alignment.
May I just interject?
Sure.
Elon Musk, Twitter, hello, because the general public in America is kind of ruled by mob mentality through social media.
Yes.
And so please go ahead.
So,
It was like that was the first thing that came to mind.
That's
like,
and that just happened yesterday, right? Yesterday. So I've seen a lot of tweets and some people are happy, some people are not. So it's just like, yikes, about the whole takeover. But we'll see what happens. But that's what that Pluto energy is going to do. It's almost like an overview of all world governments and seeing how moving forward, how we're going to have to do a lot of changes in world governments. Then we have the eclipse. And we have a new moon in Taurus. The eclipse in Taurus and the new moon in Taurus. Now, the eclipses are game changers. That's what they are. And so the focus with this eclipse has to do with money, banking. I don't know if you guys know, they wanted to go cashless, right? So I don't know if that's going to happen. So there's a lot going on with finances, with money, with banking, money markets. Also, the food supply chains, the disruption with the food supply chains. Remember, Taurus rules resources. So we're also going to be looking at fossil fuel, our reliance on fossil fuel. We're going to be looking at homelessness. We're going to be looking at poverty. All of those things are this eclipse. That's what it's focusing on.
Nice.
So yikes, it's a lot. It's really a lot. And so.
And remind me again, what is the power of Pluto? I mean, it's pretty much what's been hidden becomes revealed,
So Pluto is the lord of the underworld. Yeah. So what does that mean? Everything that's ugly in life, everything that's, death, abuse, crime, all that is ruled by Pluto. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of things that have been hidden for years. I would say over 150 years.
Right.
And the retrograde is bringing it up to the surface. So a
Yeah.
lot of things are going to be revealed regarding world governments, because
Yes.
that's what Capricorn is about. But I was talking the eclipse, and the new moon was in Taurus.
Taurus,
So the
yes.
eclipse, the solar eclipse, is a game changer. It's going to bring up the things that I just spoke about: world banking, money, finance, poverty, fossil fuel, all of those things, our natural resources, is going to bring all of that up. These, the eclipse. So, so if you think about all the planets that are in perfect alignment, also revealing our own psychic abilities, because the veil is very, very thin right now. Then we have the Pluto energy, focusing on world governments, revealing hidden stuff from decades.
Yeah.
We have Mercury in retrograde, so a lot of things we're going to have to reflect upon, things that are going to be unraveling or coming up to the surface. We're going to have to do that. We're going to be able to stand in our own truth. There's a lot of information, misinformation. We're going to have spiritual discernment as part of one of the abilities. And so discerning what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's not good for us, for each of us.
Right.
Because each of us has to go within and feel what's right and what's wrong. We're no longer going to sort of like be led by others. We got to go inside, and that's that perfect alignment. It's literally perfect timing. So all of that is taking place. So it's a lot, and I'll talk about it more in the when I write it up. But also the number 9, which is today. Number 9 is a spiritual number. It carries the energy and the vibration of 1 through 8. It carries it all. It's a universal teacher. It's all about humanitarian services and abilities. It's all about, understanding and being compassionate towards others. It's really a humanitarian number. It also talks about endings and saying if there was a saying for the number 9, it would be, letting go of what systems don't work and creating new foundations on a higher vibration.
Right. Preparing for that next level up.
Yes. And with that, that alignment with all those planets in Neptune, that's what we're going to do, is level up. So, some people won't, right? Some people won't. But I know that a lot of us will, because it's just the perfect timing for that.
Yeah.
When you look at the number 9, and you guys know that I like to find words that equal the number 9, humility equals 9, love equals 9, service equals 9, passion to compassion, that whole word, passion to compassion, equals 81, which is a 9.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to go from self-serving to serving others. And again, that I to the we. Remember, we always speak about that, where we're going to really have to have compassion for other people. And really the reward comes in when we have compassion and we help others in service. And then we get our own reward. So this is what this is all about. There's a lot going to take place within 5 months. That Pluto energy, we're going to have to sit back, eat some popcorn, and enjoy that ride.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I've been getting all of I am a horoscope junkie. Okay. And it's funny because depending on where you get the horoscope from, you can see which, what people are focusing on. And the India horoscopes are slightly different than the other horoscopes because of the system that they use and so forth. And the concerns of that culture, what's most important to point out. Right. Yes. So I probably look at 5 or 6 different horoscopes in a day
to get the perspectives.
Yeah. And it's like, and I love when I go back, and you guys try this sometime. All of you out there watching, don't read your horoscope for a day and then go and read it just before you go to bed at night and match up the things that you can see. This is what happened. Right. Because it's so much more satisfying in a certain way than, at least for me, than going, well, was that really kind of, I read that in the morning and I was looking for that all day or making that happen subconsciously.
Yeah.
But if you really want to see the impact that the stars have on you, don't read your horoscope until you're ready to go to bed, and then just match up the synchronicities. So what I started to say anyways was that I've been seeing all of these things, and a lot of the messages that I've been getting are time to wake up, time to come out of hiding, time to, show the world who you really are. Enough of this trying to look good shit, kind of stuff. And so it's totally in line with that, the next 5 months, that Pluto, the retrograde, all of these things. And it's not necessarily so much the Neptune hidden spirituality stuff. It's the, like how things are structured to work in society stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But also that alignment helps us become more psychically in tuned.
Yeah.
So that we're not believing, maybe what you're hearing all over the place. You're believing in what resonates with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it is for you too, James. I know what you're out there doing, and you need to be on freaking blast, on loudspeaker. You're doing great work, and don't give up. But yeah, awesome. time to utilize that 9 energy and step up into the next level up.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I forgot to say that divine timing also equals a number 9. So this is divine timing for so much, for people to really wake up and into their truth and to connect psychically and to develop their psychic abilities. I don't know. I read somewhere that, we have been dumbed down because people didn't want us to have to be empowered, but those things are changing planetarily. They're changing because we all come in with psychic abilities, and, everybody has different gifts, obviously, but this is the perfect timing for it all to come into being, so that what's going to happen within 5 months, we're able to sort of like intuitively know what to do next. Because there's a lot of things happening. I mean, talk about the food chain, talk about money, finances. Is there going to be a crash? I don't know. So many things are going on that we're going to have to be spiritually sort of like strong in order to get through the next 5 months.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, thanks so much for that, Damaris. Are you ready, Miss Krista? We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Oh my God, I love this.
I am so ready. She just lined it up for me. You lined it up. It is Tiger Iron. It's the crystal of the week. I could not have scripted your ending better. I really just
it just comes together without even trying.
It is. I was just like going, oh my gosh. So Tiger Iron, again, is perfect for what Damaris is talking about. If you do not have Tiger Iron in your life, now is the time to get Tiger Iron, whether it's in jewelry, whether it's a stone. And if it's a stone, I kind of recommend a pocket kind of size stone for at least the next 5 months. This isn't one of those ones that you want just for this week. This is going to be one that you're going to want to carry with you when you're needing strength. Because Tiger Iron is tiger's eye combined with hematite. And so here's the really cool thing. And this is why I am like, yes. It is connected to the magnetic force field of Mama Earth.
I love it.
Nice.
So hi, Sue, I'm glad you got the right place. If you're looking for a stone that's really going to help ground you, so it works with the three lower chakras, which is your root chakra, which grounds you, and it helps you feel safe and secure. Then it's your next one, which is the sacral. That's all about creativity. And then it connects to the solar plexus. Well, and guess what? The name gives you a little idea what it does. It is your energy center, because it connects to every, it's the connection between the upper and the lower. It and the heart work together to feed our energies, to feed us. And so Tiger Iron is a great one because it helps not only to balance or to ground you, it helps to balance. It balances your magnetic frequencies as well as your electric frequencies. And so in the world, you're talking frequencies now, Krista. Usually you guys are talking about emotions and spiritual, but now you're talking about frequencies. Well, guess what? They're frequencies.
Right?
Very important.
And it's wicked important. When you understand your frequencies, it's kind of like using singing bowls.
Yeah.
That's a frequency. Music, frequency, radio waves, frequency.
All sounds, right? Sound.
Yeah,
the world
all
was created with sound, right?
And light actually is
Light,
frequency as well.
Yeah.
So
sound is just light you can hear.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. Write that down.
I like that.
Yes, write that one down.
You gotta write that one down. What was it?
Sound is just light you can hear.
We need to write that down. You are coming up with the zingers, Gailsy.
She
you
is.
Are on it, girl.
Last week, what was last week?
Oxygen is local.
Oxygen is local.
I should have a whole line of shirts by the end of the summer.
Sure, you can make money in the
we're gonna have all kinds of things going there, folks. So the reason why I'm going on about this whole strength and the frequencies, and for you to understand, because everything that Damaris is talking about, that's what it is. It is frequencies. So I have been watching this really crazy show, cool show. I don't know. It's like Restaurants on the Edge, right? It's a Netflix thing. I don't know if it's, in the US VPN or if it's in the Netherlands VPN. It just shows up. But I was watching this show, and it was about a restaurant in Canada somewhere. I don't remember where. However, here's the point. They connected, the team that was trying to help the restaurant connected with a local vineyard, and it's called Frequency Wines.
Wow.
All right. I am going to go in search of this when we go back to the States. It's in Canada. I think it's in Ontario area. Look it up. Frequency Wines. And no, I'm not. I get nothing from this. It's just a show I watched. But it left an impact, because the reason why they came up with the name Frequency Wines is because they bottle the wine and they cask the wine, and then they have a recording studio, and they invite bands to go in and record. Now, I don't think it's death metal. So if you're a death metal band, I don't think you're going to be that vibe. However, I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Because it is free. You can record in their studio for free, because what they're wanting to do is put the gratitude into the wine, because they understand the frequency of what gratitude is. They understand that the vibration that the drums bring and the guitars bring and the vocals bring.
It's funny you saying this, right? Because I was telling you about the 9. I was telling you guys about the 9, where we're leaving one dimension and then creating a foundation with higher dimension. So that could be part of that, creating this type of restaurant, right?
And or just the partnership. It's about partnership. It's about the we, not the me.
Yes.
And so for me, I was watching this, and one of the things that they do to show people how the resonance of frequency works, it's a visual. We've all seen it probably on YouTube. I know I've posted it before, and I'll see if I can find one and post it again. And it's when you dump grains on a frequency vibration board, and then you turn the frequencies on, and it creates patterns and it creates design.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. So so they show this to people so they can have a visual. The part of our challenge is that we have been raised to believe that seeing is believing. Now, there's a lot there's a lot to that. However, I challenge all of you to kind of reverse it a little bit.
Yeah.
That if you believe, then
You'll
you're
see it.
going to see.
Yes.
Not only will you see, you will hear, you will feel, you will, but you have to believe. You have to bring enough belief in to whatever that is in order for it really to work and to translate for you.
Yeah.
I
So-
got to interject just for a second, right?
Yes,
Because we
ma'am,
all heard
please do.
that seeing is believing, right?
Yep.
And in reality, believing is seeing, because that interacts with our our something in the back of the head, so that
our
we start
subconscious.
noticing those things. What we believe, we start noticing evidence for that type of thing.
Yes.
100%.
But I want to challenge our listeners, because yes, seeing is believing, and believing is seeing new, but
Yep.
sensing is knowing. Your
Yes.
eyes only have a small part of the electromagnetic spectrum that they can receive. But
Yes.
your solar plexus, your gut,
Yep.
there's all of these other receptive areas in your body where you just intuitively know something. So my challenge to you all is practice opening your heart, opening your solar plexus, because like Damaris just said, we're coming into a time where our intuitive abilities are going to be coming more to the forefront, and the more that you can do to help that along, rather than go, what the hell was that, and resist it, the better off that you're going to be, and the more powerful you're going to be in facilitating and manifesting whatever it is that's coming up.
Did you
So-
guys ever see a show called the 4400s?
I remember there being an advertisement for the 4400.
So it's on Netflix, I believe. But everybody in the show, they went on the ship, on this plane, and then they appeared like years later, all with these psychic abilities. So every one of these people had a different ability, and it was just amazing how they all had these gifts. And I truly believe they show us in television, things that are to come. So I
definitely in The Simpsons for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picked everything.
Yeah.
I want the entire list of all of the things that Matt Groening has predicted over the last 30 years.
Or is it planned? I question that. Like,
I don't know.
well,
I don't know.
So I happened to be in an audience down in Sydney when we lived down there, and the creators were there of The Simpsons.
Okay.
So it wasn't just a one-off. There were three of the creators and the art. There were creators.
Was they psychic?
And everything. And it was really interesting. And they were like, a lot of it, honestly, they said they did because they thought it was funny and they didn't think any of it was going to happen. And then they're like, oh boy.
It's like they tapped into something, I guess.
Yeah, so they did. And it was really kind of interesting because it was during the 2016 election time frame, and so the conversation that was happening up there on the stage, it was almost comical because, of course, they were being interviewed by other people, and then the audience could ask questions as well. And it was a really interesting thing. And the three of them that were there, and I can't remember their names off the top of my head, it was you could see them. They're like, oh yeah, if we had known that we had this kind of power, we would have written it differently.
So imagine us a few years from now where we all are tapping in. Oh my gosh, what a world could we create, right?
Yeah,
right?
what could
the veils are very thin with that alignment.
We have that ability.
But we've been numbed down. But
and we've been told, don't trust your own gut. Do what you're told.
Yeah.
No, and that is, but no, the tiger iron, if you work with it for me, because I'm the one who digressed talking about the frequency aspect.
I interjected. No
way am I, I do this all the time, right? Krista needs to make a full circle around back to what she was initially talking about.
That's hilarious.
So no, the tiger iron, it really does. So I'm only talking about it really on a physical sense, and kind of on the emotional sense, but understand that the spiritual side of working with something that is that powerful, because it connects to Mama Earth. It connects to the planet we are walking on, to where it is that we're supposed to be interacting. You know, we're talking about the veils being thin, and yeah, I can see that. I mean,
thinner, right? They're getting
or thinner. Not quite there. And we're going to have
Less
some
dense.
opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to have some opportunities that it's just going to get like almost paper thin. I see that coming up too.
Awesome.
But you know, when that starts to happen, that's a really great time. Go out, connect with a tree. You know, go sit by the ocean. Go walk. You know, walk barefoot in your yard. You know, whatever. Focus. Thanks, Trace. Appreciate that.
Well, because whatever you focus is where the energy goes, right?
And it is. And I think that sometimes expressing the aspect, especially when we're talking about connecting with crystals, because it's such an abstract thing with folks. You know, I have to kind of give you guys, I feel like I need to help guide everyone through that. I mean, I can walk into a crystal shop and just, you know, be like, ooh, okay, I'm connected to you. I'm connected to you.
I would love to see
We're just boogie in here. You know, I mean, I can do that. However, some people walk into a crystal shop and they like, oh my God, get me out of here.
Yeah, it's like walking by Bath and Body Works in the mall, or you know.
Yeah.
You're just like, overwhelmed with all the fragrances.
I get headaches.
Where other people are just like, oh, I can't stay away from the store.
That's right. And you know, so it does. We all have that. So think about getting out when everything, and you're needing to connect or to start connecting in order to connect with you. The whole essence of you is to go out and do stuff. Sit with the tree, you know, go hug a tree. And if hugging can just be hands-on, by the way, you know, go out. And even, I don't encourage standing on the roots unless you're barefoot and you know, and you and the tree have a connection. And sometimes you're okay with standing on that root. But you know, walking around barefoot outside with you, you know, in your yard, you know, walking on a beach, going in or sitting by running water. Have any of you just sat by a little river?
That's one of my favorite things to do, is sit on the banks of a creek that's just kind of bubbling by. It's just, it brings me to center so quickly, even more so than like feet in the grass under a tree. There's something about the movement of the water that it's the whole system.
Yep. It's that negative. It takes the negative ions that we have, and it brings in enough positive ions where it goes whoosh and magically cleans everything.
Yes.
Same with the ocean, by the way. Okay, so now we've had enough science for the day. I'm going to pass that on.
Well, I want to interject this. Thank you, James. James, and I remember these lists. So Watch Mojo did lists on the predictions of The Simpsons. So I just wanted to add that in there, because thank you, James. That was very helpful. And I have seen those before. And you're going to love this. You're just going to love
I'm going to love this.
Today's card of the day.
Strength.
Oh, woohoo.
Yeah, exactly. So wow, that's back, isn't it? Hold on a second here. Okay, so like we always get these card of the days from Galaxy Tarot, and quite honestly, not because they're better or worse than any other tarot deck, but that's the app that I have, and I like the system that it's got. So today's card of the day is strength, and just like Damaris was talking about, with all of these planets going, you know, the retrogrades that are coming up, the planets all being aligned right now, the new moon in Taurus, there's a lot going on. So the more that we can tap into that inner strength and knowing that we have everything that we need and more to face whatever challenge is in front of us, right? Whether it's the structure of the way the world works, down to allowing our own intuitive capabilities to flourish a little bit more, let a little bit out on the leash a little bit more. Whatever it may be, you have the strength that allows you to do that. And if you don't feel that you do, like Krista was talking about with the tiger iron, right? I've got this beautiful necklace of tiger iron. And every time that I put it on, I become, it's like a superpower. It's like when you put on the costume, right? It's like a superpower because I become the confident. It's hard for me to define it. She's a long-legged, slender bitch in black. Okay. Anybody who's seen me in real
the dragon
person,
slayer.
She's the dragon. Yes, that's exactly it. I become the dragon slayer. And it's not about like forcing my will upon anyone else. It's about earth magic. It's about making the molecules do what it is that I command that they do, type of thing. So that tiger with the hematite and the tiger eye together like that, it's so grounding, and it just amplifies the power that you have through all of the living beings around you. And trust me, just because they look inanimate does not mean that they are not living beings. All right. Your chair came from a tree.
Yeah.
And so on. Okay. Yeah. So all of those things. So as far as the card of the day goes, that just echoes everything else that we're talking about. Strength. And your greatest strength is actually in being vulnerable today. All right. In allowing yourself to see those parts of you that maybe aren't working so well anymore, like they used to. They used to be your go-to, right? And those go-tos are kind of wearing themselves out, a little bit threadbare there, right? So those things that maybe aren't working as well as they hadn't before. And it's okay to let your defenses down. Take a look, have some space, ground yourself. What's working, what's not working, what can we let go of, what can we build upon to get to that next level, that next dimension, that next area of life. Stop hiding, especially from yourself. Yes. Oh, it never fails to amaze me how many times I'll be going, oh, this about me? I know, I never. And everybody around me is like, yes. Oh, we've seen it. Definitely, without a doubt. So stop hiding from yourself. Allow yourself to acknowledge that those parts of yourself that you've judged as not okay, as shadows of yourself. The way to empower yourself is to befriend those energies. Make them your minions. Don't put them in the dungeon, because in the dungeon, they fester. They come out sideways, right? You've got to befriend them if you can. With a sense of unconditional self-love and compassion toward yourself, feel your feelings completely and honestly. And I'll share a little insight that I got very early on in my recovery. And I hope that you understand this the way that I did back then. And that is that any time that you have a fear, right? Energetically, we always want to avert from the fear. Always, right? Don't look at it. It's over there. Hide it from me. I don't want to consider that, right? That is a very, for lack of a better term, immature way of handling your shadow. It's not handling it at all, okay? But every time that we actually look that fear direct on, right? It's almost like a hologram, right? Out of the side of your eye, it's very, very real. But in front of you, you see right through it. There is absolutely nothing real there.
So almost like the card, right? She's looking at it. She's taming that lion.
Yes, right. She's got the gentleness. I wish I could pause these when they do. But she's scritching that lion right underneath.
Yeah.
It is vulnerable to her.
Yes.
Even though it is a fierce beast that could do some major damage.
Yes.
She's tamed it.
Yep.
Right? And she's got that infinity symbol above her head, that crown chakra that's connected to everything forever and ever and ever. Right? Awesome stuff. Now,
That is.
Let's kind of strangely segue into this week's topic for Creative Commands: energy, spirit, and will, the manifest Trinity. All right. So we've talked an awful lot, right, about the energy, right?
Yeah.
We have talked about the frequency. We've talked about the grounding. We've talked about the music that's happening up there in the universe right now with all of these planets doing the things that they're doing, right? Spirit, that intuitive level, that trusting your knowing, that sensing of everything, not just what you can see, right? That taking action based on, I think I should go here, even though this doesn't make any sense. And then when you get to here, well, there is an access to go to where you originally wanted to go that you had no way to get to, right? So that spirit, using that energy combined with that spirit, and then the will, right? Choosing what it is that you want to manifest, choosing what it is that you want to experience in your life, and allowing yourself to take the baby steps to make it happen. And trust me, if you are like me, baby steps suck. Okay. Baby steps suck. I want to twinkle my nose like Tabitha and get there.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
And
your
it's-
Scorpio side, by the way. If you weren't aware of that.
I think there's a little bit of Scorpio in all of us that way,
Ah,
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't have a lot of patience for watching things unfold. I want it to happen right now, or I get discouraged. That's definitely the Scorpio thing. If it's not here right now, where the fuck
Yeah.
is it, and why isn't it here, right?
Yeah.
And
like
that's
yesterday
definitely-
is already too late.
Exactly. Exactly. But I'll be, I got to share this with you. I was sitting here earlier this week
Mhm.
and I look outside and I've got a new vehicle. Now, you
That's
guys
right.
know I was in an accident a couple of weeks ago. My car got totaled. It could have been so much worse than it was.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
insurance company took very good care of me. Everything's handled medically. Like I said, it could be so much worse than it was. But I look
Absolutely.
outside and I've got this, it's a Nissan Pathfinder. It's a vehicle that I have passed on the freeway so many times when I was working a day job in Scottsdale, Arizona, and going, I want something that I can tow a couple of jet skis behind. And I like the look of that one. I have that exact. I was looking at Honda passports, right? I was looking at Hondas, and this Nissan popped up and it was the fit. And both the guy that sold it to me and myself, we were both like, nope, this is the exchange. Somebody else came and looked at the vehicle before I did, offered him the same amount of money I did, and the guy said, no, I got to give it to this other girl. And I hadn't offered him anything yet. He held it for me to
Wow.
have in the face of an offer, right?
Wow.
So there's that. And I've got my little trailer and we've got these plans for the woo-woo pop-ups coming up and all of this stuff. But I sat here and I was like, this is the life that I created,
Mhm.
willed for myself over the last 2 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. And it's funny because before, when I was willing, when I was manifesting, right, when I was creating all of this and doing the little baby steps that needed to be done, and sometimes in some cases doing baby steps that I didn't even consciously plan to do. Like I did not plan to total that car. I loved my car. Okay. But even the little baby steps that were not a conscious plan, right? All of those things were unfolding for this larger picture of this life that I craved, that I desired, right? And it wasn't about, I don't like the life I have, but these are the things, universe, that's the vehicle I want. This is the energy of work that I want. My 3 Crones, right?
Yeah.
My girls, my sisters, my coven. The freedom to be able to do the things that we would want to do and to share and support the people that we would want to share and support. And it really kind of came in very like, not a slap in the face, but more like a tinkling of a bell, like your order's filled, come pick up.
Yeah.
You know?
Amazing how it works. Amazing.
Yes.
It really, really
It
is. But
For
it
me,
needs
the three crones was manifested like that too.
exactly.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It is. And a good friend of mine used to say, if it's not spiritual, if it's not practical, it's not spiritual. Like if you have to force any part of it, try again, right?
Yeah.
Release and try again. And three crones, as it created itself, from the very beginning with Joanne to morphing into what we have now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That was practical. That was spiritual. That is doing good work in the world. I'm so very pleased with all of this. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So once again, back to that, back to that energy and spirit and will. There's your manifest Trinity. Those are the three things that come together that actually empower what it is that you choose to have in life to come in. All right. And the only thing that will stop that is you going, oh shit, I'm scared. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, no, I can't have what I actually want. People around me won't be happy if I have what I want.
So many people say that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And don't think that I'm not dealing with that right now. My children who have seen me be, alpha bitch and black for 30 years, right? Going after the real world, what I want and what I want for my kids to grow up in, are both looking at me going, what the fuck are you doing? What did you do with my mother?
She's done.
Yeah. I'm tearing up. I am just so thrilled with how life has shaped up. And now where to go from here? Because I am in that 9 energy. I am like, we are, not like throw it away. It was crap, done.
No.
Like this section is complete. The foundation has been poured. The concrete is set. I can stand on it to get to the next level now.
Isn't that beautiful?
We're leveling up, folks.
Exactly.
That's all we're doing. Up leveling what it is that we once were to what it is we want to be, and then it's just we'll just keep up leveling from there, because how much better can it get, and what else is possible? That's how I keep.
And nothing is too good to be true.
None of it's too good to be true.
No, it isn't. And it is. It's an amazing. Yeah, it's amazing when you start getting out of your own way.
Yes, absolutely.
How things happen. And you know what? I'm going to let you all in on something. It's okay to be scared, and it's okay to be nervous, and it's okay to do something that you've never done before, because chances are you're going to go, holy mackerel, that was awesome.
Yes.
I mean, we don't even know the full potential of who we are yet.
No, we don't.
We don't. But more is to be revealed for sure.
Definitely.
And just to amplify what Krista just said, no one is asking you to be fearless. We're only asking you to be brave.
Yeah.
I love that. You got to write that down.
You got to write that down. No one's asking you to be fearless.
Krista's the writer downer of things. Because no one is ever going to be fearless. Right? Your body is going to receive frequencies, and it's going to vibrate as a result. And then your brain is going to decide, is this frequency threatening or empowering? So empowering is exciting, threatening is fearful, but your brain labels it. Your brain decides. So you have the power to tell your brain, no, I choose not to receive this as fearful. I choose to receive this as exciting, and then take the appropriate actions from there, right?
Yep.
And that's brave.
They line up like this. They resonate right here. This is brave and excitement, and this is fear. And literally they butt up with one another on the frequency level.
Yes.
So awesome stuff. Yes. All right. So let's talk a little bit about other things that we've got going on today. And we'll start with this just for 1 second. Bear with me just for a second. one so much better.
I love it.
It is great, isn't it? So I want to all of us to say congratulations to this week's 3 Crones and the Woo Woo giveaway winner of the week. Wow. I didn't think I was going to get through that one. So congratulations to one of our newer members.
Yeah!
It's not like
That's awesome.
Oh,
There
it
we
did.
go.
It showed.
Okay, yay. Here we go.
Yay!
Okay,
Tiara
yes.
Miller, and who knew? Tiara actually joined us today and said hi from YouTube. I swear to God, I did the titles yesterday. I didn't know. Maybe I called her in. I don't know. Maybe.
You probably did.
But that's awesome. So glad to meet you, Tiara. Congratulations. You are the winner of the week. And since you're fairly new, and for all the others who don't necessarily know what I'm talking about, each week, the 3 Crones give away a 30-minute reading from one of the 3 Crones. So if you choose me, Gayle Nicholson, it will either be a tarot reading or a basic EFT tapping session. If you choose, Krista, it will be a crystal reading, which are really, really cool. And trust me, Krista's crystals are just as chatty as she is. So, when they hear that, Tiara's on the line, there's going to be like jumping and falling off of shelves and stuff. And I want to play with Tiara.
And I don't know if she has ever had a crystal reading.
That would be really cool, huh? But of course, you're welcome to pick me, or you're welcome to pick Damaris as well. Damaris is doing tarot readings or numerology readings. So just choose one of us, reach out either in the 3 Crones in the Woo Woo group or in Messenger with one of us and say, I choose you. And we'll go from there, get you on our schedules. Okay. Thank you so much for supporting 3 Crones in the Woo Woo. And thanks for showing up today. We appreciate you. And from all of us at 3 Crones in the Woo Woo, a big, huge thank you to everyone for joining us today. We really love you.